Hey everyone, Garbage Goblin 666 here. Today I will be taking a turn. It touches on more serious topics and some stuff that that have been around the channel might know about, but some might not. Some stuff that's happened to me personally. See, originally for this idea, I wanted to put together not only like some great edits, but I had a 4,000 word essay script kind of thing that I was going to read off of, but I've tried reading it like 5 times, and each recording I don't feel it. So I've changed the idea a bit from what it originally was. Today's topic is grief, loss, and the overall feeling of atonement or letting go in a way. As some might know, couple years back, I was getting engaged, and it was to not only my high school sweetheart, but somebody that I just adored. Sadly, she passed away about 4 years ago now, almost 5, and I have personally felt that burden weigh on me for a long time now. And I know what you might be thinking. Yeah, everybody does when they lose somebody, you know. But I haven't told you the full story. See, while she was going through chemo, I focused solely on my work. I put in more hours. I would go in early, I would stay late. My whole reasoning behind it was that I was doing it for us. That, I was doing it so we could have a future. But it was really just me avoiding my problems, hoping they just go away. It's a tale as old as time. You don't know what you have until it's gone. After losing her, I went into a bit of depression, and in all honesty, it still hasn't left. It was worse though, closer to when she passed. I was drinking as much as possible while still being functional. I started cutting away from friends and family, and I became more emotionally distant with not only everyone around me, but myself included. I may have had people that I could have, reached out to and talked to, but what do you say in that situation that isn't already known? That I'm hurting, that I miss her, that I don't want to keep going. Everybody already knows that. It's hard enough losing somebody you care about, much less the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So, every day I would put on the mask, trying not to show the cracks to the world stage. And each day I grew colder and more distant. And about 2 years back, I got diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. And I thought it was divine justice, I thought, hey, if I just deal with this and go through it, maybe I'll be able to forgive myself. Maybe if I feel what she went through, maybe I could forgive what I've done. But if that was the case, I wouldn't be making this video right now. See, there's no easy way to atone or feel like you've atoned. Atonement itself is an interesting concept. Personally, I felt that I had to atone for taking something as beautiful and holy and true as love and taking it for granted and throwing it away. And I felt like this was one of the greatest sins that I've ever done. You know, I've done things before legally, and I haven't even felt as much shame as when I realized what I had done. Sorry. This video is really hard for me to make. I don't talk about Megan often with people, and I've only talked about her once on the channel, maybe twice. And that's because to this day I still feel that weight on my back. I feel like I don't have a right to feel upset, that I don't have a right to feel this way about it, because if I truly cared, then wouldn't I have been there in the first place? Atonement is a concept that changes between beliefs or views of every person or religion. Though a lot of people share similar views on it, none of them are exactly the same. You know, personally, I believe that if you work towards truly making amends and you truly feel remorse for what you have done, that one day you may get atonement. Now, I realize how broad of a statement that is, but let's take a little bit of a deeper look. So, personally, I'm agnostic. I believe something or someone, you know, is out there, but I've just come to a point where I don't care. Whatever it wants to be called or praised as is whatever. The reason I bring up my personal beliefs is because it partially shapes my view on atonement in a way. And what I mean by that is I believe atonement can only come from oneself and their actions within life. That there's no higher being out there that you can just say I'm sorry to and it's better, you know? I believe true atonement comes through that hard work and dedication and that remorse and that drive to be better. Because if you don't want to be better, then you're not actually sorry for what you've done. You're sorry you got caught. Now, yes, there are people who will never judge themselves worthy of atonement, you know, kind of like myself, or see any reason for atoning for their sins. They feel like, you know, they haven't done anything. They feel like it's just a right. That's something they should be able to do. Does that make my views flawed? Does that mean I'm wrong with my way of atonement? I mean, partially, in a way, yes and no. I know. It all sounds like I'm just rambling on right now, but please, just stick with me. Don't click off just yet. In a way, every view is fundamentally wrong to a degree. You know, there's something flawed with every view. Now, most religions and people blow off the fundamental wrong views of their religion or life beliefs by using either faith or saying that it's just the way the world works. You know, it's just how it is. It's done by God or done by the higher power that they believe in. So there's nothing that, you know, they can do about it. It's just how it is. But personally, I believe that faith, you know, isn't just a religious term. One can have faith in not only another or a higher power, but also in themselves. Faith is a lot like one's confidence. It is made internally based on how strongly you feel towards a situation. Throughout almost all religions, the strength of one's faith is tested, not only in everyday life, but throughout the religious text. So I ask the question, can you use faith in everyday life without being religious? And if yes, can it put you on a path towards atonement? I believe faith in yourself can put you down the right path, but at the end of the day, it's not the only thing that'll get you down that path. I would like to believe that faith in oneself and true remorse and the strive to be better is what truly pushes us down that path of atonement, or letting go, in a way. I personally will never let my past sins stop crawling on my back. Now, is this because I'm stubborn, or maybe that I just don't have faith that I could ever learn from my past, or maybe I'm just using it as an excuse to feel sorry for myself. Personally, I would like to believe it's just that I've never truly came to terms with the sins of my past, that I've never fully felt everything that I've done, you know. I feel like it's partially due to my emotional detachment and how I look at the world now. But I could be wrong. You know, I hope that one day I will take a deep, long look inside myself and start the forgiveness process. But I just restart. I just keep restarting. Because to come to an end and start something anew, to fear the future in real life, such as, what if I'm not yet ready to be forgiven? What if I haven't truly learned? What if I haven't truly changed? What if I am still the same person that I was all those years ago? Or is this all just so I can feel better and forget what I've done? As Michael McMillan once said, you cannot start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last. Now, saying that is easy. I say this to myself almost once a week or twice, you know. But actually letting go, now there's the hard part, where all of this lies. Actually letting go. Much like my views on atonement, I believe with enough work and time, one can change and let go of the weights that keep dragging them down. And when I say holding on to things, I don't just mean pain. I don't mean just the raw hurt and anguish and negative emotions that mostly is associated with letting go. Some people still hold on tightly to fond memories as well. It makes them more hesitant to move forward because of their thoughts. What if this is the peak of happiness in my life? What if nothing else could ever compare? So they're trapped in an unhealthy loop, never to grow or change, but stay stagnant and slowly rot away. I'm sorry to say, but life doesn't stop for anyone. When I lost my fiance, I thought that the world was gonna end, you know? I thought everything was upside down for me. But when I'd look out my window, everything was still moving, everything was still going. I couldn't call a timeout, a pause, just get my bearings for a moment. I'm not saying this to get you depressed or sad. I'm trying to remind you that in life, everybody meets death one day. It's just a part of life. We all die. The point is, life will continue on without you, me, or anyone on this planet. We don't have an eternity to wait and try to get that feeling to just disappear without any work. So, am I, and many like me, doomed to forever live in the shadows of our past, letting those sins weigh us down? And do we actually have a chance at moving forward? Sadly, moving forward at the end of the day is done by each person individually. much like myself, you may believe that one magical person comes along and helps us change and helps us walk down that road of letting go and forgetting the past. Sadly, that's not the case. We all walk down that road. Instead, you just have to have faith. And as one of my favorite lines go, in the end, they just have to have faith. Ain't that a bitch? The faith in one's actions to not only get up and continue on down that path, but to fully learn from what you've done and to forgive yourself and to move forward, to atone, to let go. Though you may never see it or feel it, there's always somebody out there rooting for you. And at the end of the day, if you got no one else, you have me. Now, I know we don't know each other, and this isn't me trying to get like parasocial relationship. What I'm trying to say is that if you've clicked on this video and watched this far in, I believe we have a kindred spirit of some sorts at the very minimum. You know, that you understand the same thing I'm going through. So at the end of the day, as long as you get up and you keep trying, I'll be standing right here, cheering you on the whole time. I can't wait to hear about your victories over everything that you've done, over your victories over atonement, over letting go, over just basic shit. You got a job, you got good grades. I've been recording this for a while now. I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do just to cut out all the parts where I had to stop or reread something. So let me try to wrap this all up nice and coherently into one final like closing statement, so that way it all kind of comes together. The loss of a close one can make you feel like you've lost all sense of direction, or even that it's your fault. So you stay stuck grieving, not letting go. That atonement is something that may never reach. That atonement is something that they may never reach. That they are damned because of the choices that they've made. Hell, I know I still do. No, just like the message that I've been portraying this whole time. Sometimes to truly move forward and feel like you've atoned and paid your price can only be done by letting go and moving forward. And it's something done every day. Never forgetting your past, though, lest you want to repeat it, but not holding on to it like an anchor, letting it weigh you down, holding you at that spot. Trust me, I know how easy it is to say, and how hard it is to do. But just remember, at the end of the day, I'm sitting here cheering you on. And I can't wait to hear all your victories. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. This has been Garbage Goblin 666, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.